And he looked real slow over to the right. And he kind of looked back down the trail and he started kind of at about knee height. And he just kind of rolled his head back and his eyes starting at knee height, they just kind of rose up, rose up, rose up until he made. I still ain't made like burning eye contact, but I was looking at him by then, and he saw my face, and he had moved muscle at first. And I was thinking to myself, I said, what am I going to tell this cat? Because I was enjoying the whole thing, and he started trembling. And he started way away, as far away as he could from me, and he started trembling with his tail back there, what little tail he had. And then it kind of moved on up to his hindquarters, and then it kind of come on up toward his front end, and he eased one paw up, and he put it back down. And then he eased another paw up, and then he put it back down. And then he eased the back foot up and put it back down. Then he eased another one, and he started trying to back out of there. And I give him about, if you got a young child sitting around, you might want to grab hold to him. I give him about, I don't know, 2 or 3 sets of that back up, and I couldn't resist it. I said, "You better get your ass out of here." And I don't even think the word ass, which is nothing more than something to do with a mule, uh, I don't think I even got that out of my mouth. And he had done lickety split and gone right down that trail away from me just as fast as it go. And the thing I remember about it, he was throwing rooster tails. Every time he hit that spray, he'd throw a big rooster tail. And then he'd make him another bound, and there come a rooster tail. So, anyway, needless to say, I bet he don't look at a pair of bean boots too close again for a while. But any kind of confident scent that I can put down, I'll generally use. I used to be bad when I was in high school and trapping and everything. And I'd catch me a skunk on the side of the road. I'd get out and stomp all over him with my boots. And everybody get complaining in the classroom so bad. One time they asked me, the headmaster where I went to school there, he told me, he said, "Boy, why don't you just go on home?" And of course, I kept my grades up and everything like that, and he knew I wanted to go hunting anyway. And so that is one particular type of scent that I use, and that's a confidence scent, any kind of masking scent. The critter works real well. Um, there's a lot of different companies. There's a lot of fine scents made by this one little company down there in Georgia. They've been having tremendous luck with them on public land. That's KLO Outdoors. Y'all look them up and give them a call. And they've got some uh, whitetail lure type scents that work tremendously well. But as far as me, I don't focus too much on any kind of doe and heat or uh, any one particular type of scent. in general. I use them all across the spectrum because a lot of times I'm just interested in seeing what they're gonna do and stuff like that. I do believe that they can make some synthetic urines now that they smell like a deer every time you open the bottle. And then there is some other scents that once you break the seal, they may or may not have a shelf life, you know. But the synthetic lures maintain that one smell throughout. And I've been real interested in, like I said, I've never really tried a mock scrape, and I was thinking about how nifty it would be to just have one thing that you went up there and either hung up or something like that. And I got to looking into it a little bit, and there's several different varieties of basically like a soap on a rope type thing that you hang up there to generate mock scrapes and everything. So uh, like I stated before, in most of the populations that I hunt in, there is just already an existing scrape that I've looked for, and all because there's some scrapes are quite different than other scrapes, and that's another whole subject. If we start talking about scrapes and rubs and what they all mean, that's kind of really unraveling the whole whitetail puzzle and all that. And I use some shortcuts when it comes to that, because a lot of times I'm thrown into an area and I have to make it produce no matter what I got to work with. And nowhere really have I seen that it's been as difficult as this coastal South Mississippi coastal plain type area and all that. I can't attribute it to too much other than the fact, number one, property always has a great deal of, I mean, you can be the best hunter in the whole world, and if the deer ain't there, they ain't there, and all that kind of stuff. And the more of them that are there, the more your odds go up. But that, once again, that's another whole subject. So on scents and lures, I try to stay as clean as I can. I use the critter to help mask my odor. I do use some masking agents. I have had some success by just laying a scent trail, but by laying a scent trail, I'm not real sure if it was a whitetail oriented scent trail that drew them, or if you couldn't have done the same thing with a fox urine or something. I just don't know. And I use any kind of common scent, or some people call them curiosity scents, but that would be kind of an overlap. But any kind of masking scent that I can come up with, just to help. And I'm not trying to eliminate the whitetail odor. What I'm trying to do is put the amount of odor that I put down to a level that's acceptable. In other words, I've sat in a stand and watched deer smell bushes that I walked into the stand and touched or rubbed against and all, and I watched them 3 or 4 hours later, and they didn't really pay that much attention. And then I've watched deer that come along 5 minutes after you touch that, and he'll go schizo right there. Or, and it's really no hard and fast rules. If you believe in it and it works for you, then by all means keep doing it and all that. Well, that's just something for y'all to think about. And till later, I'll talk to you soon.